Check this out. This woman is seriously impressive, living all alone deep in the mountains. She grows cabbages as green as jade, and her little chickens are pretty amazing too. They bring her good money every day. Lately the seasons have been changing. The veggies in her garden are no good to keep growing anymore. Today she is going to fix up the garden again, and plant a new batch of vegetables. On the rippling water, you can see the reflection of the lush green forest in the distance. Just one look, and you feel great, like you are swimming in nature's green oxygen bar. The first thing the woman does when she gets up is go to her little garden to see how her treasures are doing. Thanks to her careful care, the cabbages are as green as emeralds. She pulls off the outer leaves. The broccoli is growing well too. Right now it is perfect to eat, but the leaves are not really worth eating, so she just feeds them to the ducks along with the cabbage leaves. The little chickens she raised have now become experienced old hens. They lay 15 eggs a day steady. She saves them for a few days and sells them at the market. For her that is also a nice chunk of change. Even though she lives in the mountains, she keeps things very clean. She grabs her new mop and mops the whole place till it shines. Then she gets a woven bag from the kitchen. Inside are rice seeds her neighbor bought for her. Almost every seed has sprouted, which means it is time to plant them. She does not dare waste a single second. She puts on her backpack and heads out on her path to success, setting off toward hope. This is the job that has to get done today. In no time she arrives at the rice paddy and starts working hard right away. Rich muddy land is the best place for rice to grow. She smooths it out with a 9-pronged rake, then uses her hands to carefully pick out any trash from the mud. Then she spreads ash from the stove evenly over the muddy field without any fertilizer. This is the best substitute. After doing all this prep work, the woman confidently plants the rice seeds into the soil. Because the temperature difference between day and night is pretty big, to help them grow better, she sticks bamboo strips evenly into the muddy field and covers them with a plastic sheet. This effectively keeps the rice at the right temperature and humidity, which leads to a bigger harvest. On her way back, she cuts some fresh branches to give her water buffalo a nice treat too. The temperature change in the mountains is really big. It feels like all 4 seasons in one day. At noon she wears a t-shirt. In the morning and evening she needs a winter coat. The woman quickly takes down all the frames in her garden, then pulls out the vegetables that are still growing. You can tell she really doesn't want to, but it's a necessary sacrifice for a bigger plan. Then she picks up her hoe and skillfully starts tilling the soil again. Before she knows it, it's already noon, and the temperature shoots up fast. Now the woman doesn't need her little coat anymore. Working with her coat off is way easier. Soon she finishes tilling the land. Last time the ash from burnt grass brought her good results everyone could see, so this time she chooses to lay down grass again and use the ash left after burning to help the garden come back to life. The seeds she is planting this time are a mystery. She'll have to wait for them to sprout before finding out what they are. The morning sun just shyly peeks over the mountains, and the woman has already gathered her tools, ready to go. One woman and one buffalo head down the mountain. She has raised this water buffalo for so long. It's now strong and plump, and can't wait to show off its skills. The woman and her buffalo arrive at the paddy. The buffalo stands quietly waiting. The woman puts a plow yoke around its neck before planting the rice. She plows the paddy again, mainly to mix the soil with the water and improve the soil's airflow, which helps the roots grow. Plowing the paddy also encourages soil microbes to get active and speeds up the breakdown of organic matter, which in turn improves the quality and yield of the rice. The neighbors have more hands. They are already at the stage of transplanting seedlings. The woman doesn't want to fall behind. She calmly directs her buffalo, trying hard to catch up with them. The neighbors are curious and talking about this unfamiliar lady. They don't seem to believe that this delicate-looking woman can handle the whole rice growing process on her own. The tense muddy chase is over. The woman ties her buffalo to a patch of grass. The buffalo is very cooperative and quietly starts munching on the fresh green grass. Not moving much for a long time has made the buffalo less strong than before. It is too tired to even want to talk, but the woman still has plenty of energy. She swings her old trusty 9-pronged rake and levels the paddy, using a wooden stick to fine-tune it. Right now, watching this delicate woman, a phrase pops into my head: strong as an ox. I really don't know how a young woman has so much strength. It's truly impressive. This time, because the paddy is bigger, the woman doesn't have enough stove ash to spread, so she has to spend good money to buy fertilizer. With the help of fertilizer, the rice yield should be pretty good. She digs up the rice seedlings she sprouted a few days ago by the roots. The crisp green seedlings come up in chunks with the shovel. It's so satisfying to watch. Then comes the hardest part. Planting the rice seedlings one by one into the paddy. You have to leave some space between each one to improve airflow and also let them absorb nutrients from the soil more evenly. This scene reminds me of a poem. At noon they weed the fields. Sweat drips on the soil. 3 meals a day really are not easy to come by. Every grain of rice comes from the hard work of farmers. We should value every bit of food and not waste a single grain. That is respecting the farmers and also respecting ourselves. Start work at sunrise. Head home at sunset. One woman and one buffalo head home in the evening light. She leads the buffalo into the shed. The woman gives herself a quick rinse, then goes into her little wooden house, ready to wrap up this exhausting day. The woman feeds her chickens as usual, but when she goes to the duck pen she is surprised to find that the ducks have laid eggs all over the ground. This makes her really happy. You see, those ducks usually just eat and do nothing all day. The woman was about to sell them all and buy a new batch. Now she can finally relax. Even though the duck eggs are covered in mud, she can't help but be overjoyed. She uses her small hands to gently wipe the eggshells clean. To reward these star performers, the woman decides to upgrade the pond that they have already messed up pretty badly to work without being bothered. She herds all the little ducks together and uses a wooden board to separate them. Now they can't come and get in the way. The woman can work in peace. First she uses a bucket to scoop out the water, then uses a shovel to remove all the mud, and also expands the pond a bit because now there are steps at the door, so she can't use her cart. She makes a simple shoulder pole from a woven bag and carries everything over the old-fashioned way bit by bit. Luckily the woman is super strong. She moves all the bricks she needs in no time. Then she quickly mixes the cement and skillfully starts building the pond. The pond doesn't need to be too big. 3 layers of brick are enough. Then she uses the leftover cement to smooth the bottom. After the cement dries, the little ducks can swim freely in their new pool. She gives herself a quick wash to get the mud off and starts preparing today's lunch. It's the duck eggs she collected this morning. She washes the dirt off the duck eggs and puts them on the stove to boil. Late in the morning, eaten at noon. The freshness of this ingredient is almost as good as chasing a cow and eating fresh beef. After half a plate of duck eggs, Manglin gets all her energy back. She puts on her beloved little backpack and heads to the market excitedly. Now the crops in her yard have brought her a pretty decent income, so she can buy some meat to improve her quality of life. After generously buying 10 pounds of lean pork, she also buys some candy she likes, then heads home with her backpack full. With so much pork and no fridge, it's hard to keep it fresh for long, but this smart lady isn't phased at all. She decides to turn it into smoked bacon. That way she can preserve the pork for as long as possible, and the flavor will be even better. After washing the big chunks of pork, she cuts them into strips. The meat has a good mix of fat and lean. Nice layers of fat and meat. Watching her slice it up makes me hungry even when I'm watching late at night. Then she smashes the onion she just bought at the market and adds it to the pork. This helps remove any gamey smell. Then she adds the essential salt. The most important thing for smoked bacon is salt. It stops microbes from growing by soaking into the meat. It reduces the moisture inside the meat, which makes the bacon last longer, and it also gives the bacon its unique flavor and texture as a secret seasoning. After rubbing everything in evenly, she neatly arranges the meat on a big tray. Now it's time to start smoking the meat. First she uses bricks to build a large grill by the path. That way she can process all the pork in one go. She covers the grill with dry wood and lights it up. This is because bacon needs to be smoked over charcoal, not directly over a flame. With enough wood, the charcoal left after burning can provide enough heat for smoking the meat. She threads each piece of pork with a bamboo stick and ties it, then hangs them on a bamboo pole. When putting them on the grill she has to be careful not to let the flames touch the pork directly, or it will burn and ruin the texture. Finally she covers the top of the grill with banana leaves. This way the smoke can make maximum contact with the meat, keeping in heat and adding a special flavor. The whole smoking process is like a feast for the eyes and nose. The fatty juices seem to come alive. They drip down along the meat's grain, glistening with an inviting shine. Watching this late at night really makes me hungry. Boneling gets up in the morning, grabs an egg tray and goes to the duck pen. Just like yesterday, dozens of fist-sized duck eggs are scattered on the ground. She happily puts them onto her egg tray to reward these star performers. Today she prepares a whole bucket of feed for them. Then she picks up her sickle and starts sharpening it. This isn't being ungrateful. It's just that there are too many duck eggs. She can't eat them all. She plans to use the sickle to get some wild goods from the mountain and sell them together with the duck eggs. This hard hard-working woman has been to the back mountain many times. She has already trampled a path through the thick grass. It reminds me of a famous saying by Lu Sun: there is no road in the world, but when many people walk on it, it becomes a road. As soon as Menglin enters the mountain, she spots a bamboo shoot peeking out of the ground. Without wasting words, she digs it out to get a taste. It's pretty good. Straight into the bag. She finds another bamboo shoot nearby, then keeps searching along the line connecting the two. This is because bamboo shoots grow from the underground roots of bamboo, usually in a certain direction. When digging, if you follow the direction the shoots are growing, you can easily find the root of the shoot and dig up even more shoots. The woman who knows this trick quickly gathers half a backpack of bamboo shoots. She takes a couple of bites of the bamboo shoot to get some energy, then looks around. She notices the banana trees here are growing well, tall and strong. She wonders if they have fruit. Whatever, she'll just take a swing and find out. She swings her sickle and cuts one down. Turns out it was worth it. Big fruits come into view one after another. I bet a lot of people don't know what these are. Let me, who has seen a lot, explain it to everyone. This is called red banana, also known as red skin banana or red daca. It's a special type of banana in the banana family. It has really high nutritional value, rich in protein and fat. The taste is different from regular bananas. The flavor is milder. The sweetness is just right. The flesh is smooth, and it has a special orchid-like fragrance. She takes them home, keeps two for herself, changes her clothes, takes the duck eggs she gathered in the morning, and heads out again. A small bridge stretches across the river. The woman walks on it with a heart full of love for life. She finds a good spot, but realizes she forgot to bring a woven bag to put on the ground, so she borrows one from a friendly vendor nearby. Feeling a bit bad about it, she buys some plastic bags from her as well. Right after she sets up her stall, a woman in a brown coat rides over on her beloved little scooter. After asking the price, she buys 2 bamboo shoots and 2 red bananas. More and more people come to buy from the woman. It seems like demand is greater than supply. Finally, a woman in a black dress arrives. She looks really elegant. I admit she is kind of pretty, but compared to our woman she falls a bit short. She is also very generous with her money. Probably a city person used to fancy food, who wants some wild flavors for a change. She buys all the wild goods in one go. This move catches the woman off guard. She takes the money not knowing what to say. She buys some kitchen tools and happily heads home. On the green grass, a lake reflects the sky. In the peaceful, quiet mountains, a woman in an orange hiking jacket walks slowly toward us with a big machete. Without a word, she charges into the reeds and starts chopping, only pulling out the reed flowers. These reed flower fuzz is not only soft but also plentiful. Tying them together to make a broom is a good idea, because they were just picked. They still have a lot of moisture. If you make a broom right away, it will get bent out of shape later, so usually you need to let them dry for a while. But Menglin is impatient. She plans to dry them over a fire. First, she carries over a piece of scrap color-coated steel sheet. She uses a stick to measure the length of an open space by the road, marks the same length on the steel sheet, and skillfully uses a cutter to cut it. Then she goes to the door, finds some leftover bamboo poles, uses the machete to shave them into pointed bamboo strips. That way they can easily be stuck into the ground to hold the steel sheet in place. In no time, she makes a simple oven to make it easy to add firewood. She also cuts an arched opening at the bottom. This way the reed flowers won't catch fire. Just using the steel sheet to enclose it isn't enough. The gaps where the pieces meet are pretty big. Heat can easily escape, but that's no big deal for the woman. She digs up some yellow soil, mixes it with water to make mud. Yellow mud is really sticky. It's the best kind of mud for building walls. She smears it into the gaps. It holds the steel sheet tightly and provides great insulation. Then the woman uses bamboo strips to weave a bamboo mat of the right size. The gaps between the strips don't need to be too big, just enough to hold the reed flowers. If they are too tight, it will block the heat. Then she spreads the reed flowers evenly over the bamboo mat. Building the fire is also very particular. She only makes a small fire in the arched tunnel, so the heat doesn't get too high and burn the reed flowers. Even so, she has to keep flipping them over. A high heat not only quickly shapes the reed flowers, but also kills any insect eggs on them, which makes them last longer. With Menglin's precise control of the heat, the reed flowers are dried quickly, and none of them get burned. After being heated, the reed flowers become even softer and smoother. She removes the stems, leaving only the top part. Each bundle is about a handful in size. 5 bundles make one broom. She ties them together with wire, then sticks a wooden stick in as the broom handle, wraps the leftover wire tightly around the handle, and finally hammers in a nail to lock it in place. The woman who likes things neat thinks it looks uneven. happen. So she uses scissors to trim the stray bits. Now a perfect broom is fully complete. The first one was just testing the waters. The second time is always easier. For the remaining brooms, Manglin gets faster and faster. Before the sun even sets, she finishes all the brooms, using a newly made broom to clean up the mess from making them. That has some next level thinking. It seems to work really well. The swept floor is very clean. I'm sure these will sell great at the market.